Let's raise the big questions then. The Congress old guard pushing out Gen Next, is that really the message that is being sent out? Why is the Congress unable in a way to retain talent? Is there a leadership vacuum in Congress? Is the problem in Jaipur or is the problem in Delhi with the Congress's central leadership and its inability to enforce discipline? Those are some of the questions that we will raise tonight. Pawan Khera, the Congress's spokesperson, is joining us at the moment. Rahul Srivastav, National Affairs Editor, joining us. I'm also joined by Manishankar Iyer, veteran Congress leader. We also hope to be joined by one of the young Turks who's left the Congress, Pradyut Dev Burman, chairman of the Indigenous Progressive Regional Alliance in Tripura. Thank you all very much for joining us. Pawan Khera, you are from Rajasthan. You know the state well. Is this battle an ego battle between Pilot and Gehlot, or is this about the inability of your central leadership to enforce even a modicum of discipline and set the rules of the game in a manner that your party's internal wranglings don't come out in public in the way they have in Rajasthan?
Rajdeep, it's very easy to simplify any issue by saying it's an ego issue. I don't want to simplify it by labeling it as an ego issue. Well, whenever there are two able leaders, more than two able leaders in any organization, obviously they will have their own style of doing things. They'll have their own thinking about decisions to be taken. And I think it should be taken exactly on face value without really attributing any ego issues to anyone. Number two, there are two kinds of organization. One, you see the Shakha kind of organization, which is regimental in nature, where one man's writ will decide everything else. Nobody has a right to speak out. And then there are living organizations, vibrant organizations which show life, which show upheaval also in public. So if you witness life in an organization, instead of running it down saying, oh, there's no discipline at the cost of honestly voicing your opinions, openly voicing your opinions, I don't think that's discipline. That's a shortcut to killing an organization. I would not
that's all very well, Mr. Khera, but you may well lose a government in the process. Doesn't that worry you?
Rajdeep, for organizations, the Shakha kind of organizations, their sole maqsad, sole objective is to come to power. We fight for an idea. Now, in that fight for an idea, winning an election, losing an election, I mean, these are very, very insignificant things. The larger idea should not be allowed to die.
So Sachin Pilot, the individual, does not matter. Sachin Pilot, the individual, his ambitions don't matter. What matters is his commitment to the idea of the Congress. Am I correct?
Congress party or any party is a collective of a lot of individuals who bring their value system, their ideas, their thoughts, how to strengthen an idea. So they are all important. Individually, each one of us is important. That's how we create a collective called the Congress Party. So how can you say that that individual is not important or only this one is important? Everybody is equally important. That's how the collective becomes important. So individuals make the collective. So I don't want to, it's not an either or scenario at all. All of us are important.
You know, Manishankar Iyer, you are listening to Pawan Khera trying to give it a sort of conceptual base to what appears to me to be a battle for power between a 70-year-old leader and a 43-year-old leader. Is that how you see it? The old guard versus the new, with the old guard asserting itself, using the loyalty of legislators to ease out the younger guard. We saw it in Madhya Pradesh with Jyotiraditya Scindia. We are now seeing it, some believe, with Sachin Pilot in Rajasthan. Okay, I'm going to...
Yeah, okay. I don't think any comparison is possible between the situation in Madhya Pradesh and the situation today in Rajasthan. For one thing, Mr. Pilot has given no indication at all that he's intending to join the BJP or using the BJP as a way of acquiring the required support. I also don't see this as a symbol of the young generation and the old generation. It's true that Mr. Pilot is a young man, and but I don't think he represents his generation. And I don't think Gehlot, who's about 10 years younger than me, can be regarded as too old in the tooth, because he is, after all, just about 1 year younger than the Prime Minister of India, today's Prime Minister of India. I think it is necessary for Sachin to look back at the extraordinary opportunities that he's been given by the Congress Party, largely on account of his own merit. He joined the party at the age of 25. He became an MP at the age of 26. He was a central minister at the age of 32. He became the PCC president at the age of 36. And he became the deputy chief minister at the age of 40. Now, you remember that Deve Gowda criticized Sitaram Kesri on the floor of the House as being an old man in a hurry. You remember that?
Yes, I remember it.
Well, this man seems to be a young man in a hurry.
What's wrong with being a young man in a hurry? I mean, he was
What's
PCC
wrong?
chief. He leads your party to an election victory. He wants to fulfill his ambitions. More than that, he believed that Ashok Gehlot is constraining him and not allowing him to grow.
There's nothing wrong in being a young man in a hurry if you have the required support. But it seems to me that as of today, A, he does not have that support, whereas Gehlot does. And B, he's going to bring down the government, but will he be able to form an alternative government as Jyotiraditya Scindia was able to do in Madhya Pradesh? That too at the moment seems unlikely. So this is a disruption within the Congress. I don't think it threatens the existence of the Congress government in Rajasthan.
Okay.
I've also just heard your correspondent saying that he has a list of 4 MLAs whom he wants accommodated, including giving them the finance and home portfolios. Now, these are the kind of things that happen in every political party, and there should be a negotiation between the two on this matter. I think a man who has shown great talent, great ability, has misstepped at this stage. I hope he's brought back to the sensible path. And when he gets an adequate number of supporters in the assembly, then who's going to stop him from becoming the chief minister?
Okay, so you're
it's
saying
not his age.
Okay.
It's his lack of support. Please understand that.
Okay, so you're saying he's a young man in a hurry and he's made a misstep. But I want to put on the screen the number of young people who have left the Congress in recent times, and I want Pradyut Dev Burman to answer that, because Pradyut, you are among the young people from Tripura who's left the Congress. You've got Jagan Mohan Reddy, formed his own party in Andhra Pradesh. You've got Hemanta Biswa Sarma, who's now driving the BJP in the Northeast. You've got Jyotiraditya Scindia, who's left your party in Madhya Pradesh, and your government has fallen as a result. Alpesh Thakur is interesting in Gujarat. He switched to the BJP, not got much space there though. Ajoy Kumar left Jharkhand and has joined Aam Aadmi Party in Jharkhand. You've got yourself in Tripura. You've got Priyanka Chaturvedi, who's left your party and joined the Shiv Sena. You've got Vijay Sardesai in Goa, who's gone on to become Deputy Chief Minister. I want to ask you, is there something wrong where the Congress is unable to accommodate the ambitions of the young people in a hurry, as Mani Shankar Iyer describes them?
No, Rajiv, there's no single answer to that. Many people have gone and joined the BJP for personal benefits, maybe for a Rajya Sabha seat, maybe for a cabinet berth, for a greener pastures. There have been some who have left because they felt that the ground was being taken away from them. In my case, or let's say in the case of Jagan Mohan, we are the principal opposition to the center right now in let's say in Andhra Pradesh or in myself in Tripura. We haven't gone to BJP because we believe that our community, our people, our ideology, our principles are completely opposite of that of BJP.
You form regional parties.
Yes. So the point is that when we come back to Sachin, I think it will be a tragedy if Sachin leaves the Congress and joins the BJP, because then it would be a betrayal of the trust the people bestowed upon him. So let's be very clear on that. If Sachin goes and creates his own regional outfit and fights for his rights, I can totally understand that. But to make a complete volte-face will be unacceptable, and I think that would be a big damage to the idea of an opposition to centre, because there is a lot of teething problems in the centre, and we have to, if the Congress is not willing to fight BJP in various states, it is up to us, the regional parties, to put up a solid stand. And I believe that young people should make it very clear, are they doing this for opportunism, or are they doing it because they're not finding space within the party? It is not a singular answer, according to me.
Okay, therefore, Rahul Srivastav, you tell us, you're tracking this story. Is Sachin Pilot doing this for opportunism, or is he doing it because he's not getting space, feels Ashok Gehlot is insecure, is denying him any space in Rajasthan, and in Delhi too, some see him as a potential future face of the Congress and someone who could challenge a Rahul Gandhi as a face of the Congress? Is it opportunism, or is it the lack of space?
Rajdeep, I think there is, as the earlier speaker said, there is not one crisis. Rajdeep, what the Congress is going through is that the Gandhi family's primary task was that the buck used to stop with them. The Gandhi family was the high command. Right now, there is no clear working order what the high command really is. In the absence of a buck stopping with the high command and a clear working structure, regional satraps like Ashok Gehlot and others have got much more elbow room. When Sachin Pilot got a notice with a sedition clause in it, did somebody from Delhi pick up the phone and tell Ashok Gehlot this is not done? When he was being sidelined, did anybody say that this is not done? You people should settle your issues. I think it's somewhere Sachin also senses an opportunity that under the current high command of the Congress party, Ashok Gehlot will finish him off politically, and that is why he's fighting a battle for survival. Now, you may call it opportunism, but it is also survival. It is also survival in the case of Jyotiraditya Scindia's case. There is an old guard which is entrenched, is wily, it controls the party, and it is making things difficult for the young guys. The young guys are in hurry. And Rajdeep, at a time when there is a ferocious adversary like BJP, you give it an inch of divide, it pries it open and makes it a valley. At a time when there is an adversary that it sends IT raids and ED raids and says this is not time, this is general investigation because of evidence. Same thing happens on August 2nd, 2017, when to save one seat in Gujarat, Rajya Sabha seat, MLAs are taken to Bangalore. DK Shivkumar is protecting them in Eagleton Resort. And what do you have that night? You have an income tax raid. There is an adversary which is too active, which is ferocious. And at that time, absence of a high command, absence of a mentor like, I think Ashok Gehlot can be a mentor to the next leadership. I think there is a decline at all the levels, and all that put together makes Sachin Pilot looks like the aggressor and opportunist. It makes Ashok Gehlot like the encroacher on the rights of the young lot. I think the Congress has a wide crisis to address. It's not just one or two issues. Eventually, what is it, Rajdeep? Tomorrow you will find, even if they come together, they will not be able to work together. It's an arrangement. It will be like putting Band-Aid on a wide divide.
You know, that's the problem, Pawan Kheda. Normally, in normal times, you had a strong high command that could settle these grievances, that had a conflict resolution system. Today, why doesn't Rahul Gandhi, for example, openly come and step in and try and, in a sense, ensure that both Pilot and Gehlot are accommodated effectively? In 2018, he chose Gehlot over Pilot because the legislators wanted Gehlot. Today in 2020, does he not want to risk his political equity to try and ensure that Sachin Pilot stays within the Congress tent? He didn't do it for Jyotiraditya Scindia. Is he again going to stay away? Are you going to allow these young talents to go away? One thing to say they are young men in a hurry, but they're also talented young men.
Rajdeep, I take you back to the 2009 Cabinet of India. We had over a dozen young faces, and Rahul Gandhi was not a part of the cabinet. So to say that Congress party does not give room for the young and people who are in a hurry, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Whether it's Jitin Prasad, whether it's Milind Devda, RPN Singh, Bhavan Jitendra Singh, Pallam Raju, countless people, including Sachin Ji, Jyotiraditya Scindia, so many of them got their first break in the Congress 2009 cabinet.
Sure, but that was
Some
when
of
you
them
were
even
in
before
power.
that.
Pawan Khera, that's an important point. That was when you were in power and you could give them ministerial berths. Now you're in the opposition. How are you going to accommodate these
So hear me
conflicting
out.
ambitions?
Hear me out. So to say that Congress does not give opportunities to the young and those in a hurry is incorrect, is all that I was trying to say. Number two, government in Rajasthan is absolutely safe. I mean, there is no problem about it. You said in 2018, Rahul Gandhi stepped in, and because the legislators supported Mr. Gehlot, he was made the leader of the CLP. But 2018, Rahul Gandhi was the Congress president, for God's sake. The parties have their own systems, their mechanisms. Today, Rahul Gandhi is not the Congress president. So why do you expect
Yes.
another, major?
No, today we are
contribution
told,
in
no, no, Pawan Khera, today we are told there is a coterie around Sonia Gandhi wants Ashok Gehlot to remain Chief Minister at Rajasthan at all costs and is consciously marginalizing Sachin Pilot. Is that true?
Rajdeep, how can we entertain this talk about coterie around Narendra Modi, coterie around Amit Shah, the D company called whoever? We're not interested in these coteries. Why do we take these rumors seriously and make them discussions in the prime time debates?
No,
I
no,
don't
because you've got a
what
situation. No,
are we
no.
talking about?
Let's be honest. This is not a
It's
concoction.
right there in front of
Two
your
of
eyes.
you've had Jyotiraditya Scindia who's left your party and brought down your government 3 months ago, and now you've got the other young face of your party also threatening to leave, or if not threatening to leave, at least demanding a greater share in the power cake, and it's happening in public.
Tell me, Rajdeep, since you brought up Mr. Jyotiraditya Scindia's name,
Yes.
have you seen his track record, his career in the Congress? It's enviable. It's enviable. For each one of us, we say, boss, kya nahi mila usko Congress mein bhai? That kind of career graph in the Congress, and then you say he wanted a bigger share in the cake. I mean, I don't understand how to counter this kind of an argument. I mean, itna mila aapko, itni kam umr mein mila aapko, you were never without a position in the Congress, and then you leave the Congress saying, mujhe aur kuch chahiye, all the best. I mean, you are ambitious, fair enough. Everybody has a right to be ambitious, but don't compare. Mr. Iyer was right. Don't compare the two situations.
Okay.
Mr. Sachin Pilot is the PCC president. He's the deputy chief minister. He's worked hard, no doubt. Everybody has seen his work in Rajasthan. We saw when we were campaigning. You were there. I was there in Rajasthan. We had a chat about this. So you can't compare the two scenarios at all. He may have certain grievances which are being addressed. There are mechanisms in the party. When Mr. Gehlot or Mr.
Can you
Amrinder
say
Singh-
with any confidence today to me, Mr. Khera, that Sachin Pilot will not leave the Congress?
Absolutely. I'm absolutely sure. And in fact, even all of us are absolutely sure. These are minor wrinkles which need to be ironed out, which keep getting ironed out in our organization.
Okay.
Fair enough. We do it publicly. We don't hide it behind our four walls of our room and try and do things surreptitiously like the BJP does. We are absolutely open about it.
Let me
I
take-
have to point out, Rajdeep.
Yes.
If somebody wins an election in Rajasthan, Punjab, Chhattisgarh or Madhya Pradesh, you immediately say वो regional लोगों की वजह से जीता. And if there is a crisis, Rahul Gandhi की वजह से crisis है, 10 जनपद की वजह से crisis है, you can't have these double standards.
Okay.
अगर जीते regional लोगों की वजह से है, तो crisis भी regional लोग solve करेंगे ना.
Can I?
वो जिम्मेदारी 10 जनपद की आ जाती है, ये कैसे हो?
Okay, can I take that to you, Manishankar Iyer? You were a Rajiv Gandhi loyalist, and many of these leaders emerged in the Rajiv Gandhi era. Young leaders, Rajesh Pilot, Sachin Pilot's father, Ashok Gehlot himself was given a lot of opportunities there, and I can name any number of leaders. Do you believe that that Congress of Rajiv Gandhi consciously encouraged the young, while today there is a divide between those who would want to retain the old guard and those who will not give the same opportunities to the young men in a hurry, or the young men and women in a hurry?
I don't think you are fair in making this comparison. Rajiv Gandhi did give huge opportunities to the young.
That's what I said.
So did Dr. Manmohan Singh as Prime Minister, and so have the two presidents we've had in the Congress party, the President Rahul Gandhi and then the interim President Sonia Gandhi. I read out to you a few minutes ago all the opportunities that have been given to Rajesh Pilot. And as
To
Mr.
Sachin Pilot.
Khera said a minute ago, These are enviable achievements compared to many of us who had to work a much longer time and be recognized in much smaller measure.
So what would your
And that has
advice? So
not
what
led
would your
to our
advice be
voting.
today, money to a Sachin Pilot? What would your advice be?
I just say to him, you've made your point. Now sit down with Ashok Gehlot, as you have been doing for the last 3 years, and see whether you can work out.
They don't even
some
talk
kind
to
of
each
a
other.
compromise.
They don't even
Well, I
talk to
can't
each
help
other.
that. I can't. Why are you then partisan to one person who won't talk and against another person who won't talk? That is why Rajdeep Sardesai and others have gone there.
Okay.
To make two leaders who are not talking to each other talk. I do not think this is a question of young and old. It is a question of who has support and who doesn't. It clearly, Ashok Gehlot has the support of the majority of the Congress MLAs.
Pradyut?
And we can't just be brushing that aside.
Okay, I
In order
concede that.
in order to promote a young man whose chances of becoming CM and even PM of India are today really bright, or were at least till yesterday.
No, I thought the PM
really
of
bright.
India in your party, if anyone from the Congress becomes the PM, it's reserved for a party, isn't it, Manishankar Iyer? And that's part of the problem. Rahul Gandhi.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't think Dr. Manmohan Singh is a member of the Nehru Gandhi Vadra family.
Okay. Nehru Pavan Khera, you wanted to make a quick
wrong,
point.
I'm afraid.
Okay.
And Mr. Rahul Gandhi has been refusing to even become a minister. And I know that Rajiv Gandhi did not seek to become prime minister. He was more or less forced to take that post against the wishes of his own wife.
Okay, let me
And
very
yet he
quickly.
did his national duty.
Let me quickly, final point. Pavan Khera, you wanted to make a quick point. Yes.
No, there is, I see in a lot of political pundits who come on television, Gandhi family, 1989 से अब तक कितने Gandhi family के लोग prime minister बने? I want to ask you. There have been 5 or 6 Congress-led governments or government supported by the Congress. We haven't had a Gandhi family prime minister since 1989.
You've had two Congress presidents in the last 20 years.
I'm talking about the Prime Minister of India.
Okay, but that's, the fact is that
What we do with our party is absolutely our business. Absolutely. We have absolute conviction in what we do and we are proud of what we choose. Why should anybody in the world have a problem with what we choose?
Okay,
We
Pradyut
don't say कि संघ परिवार क्यों निर्णय लेता है बीजेपी में कौन बनेगा?
you made your point. Pradyut, is the problem?
JP Nadda का क्या चुनाव हुआ था?
Okay.
We don't choose. Why is that Mohan Bhagwat sitting there in Nagpur and remote controlling the entire government and the BJP? We don't comment on that.
Pradyut, is the problem with the Congress that it is unable to give space to some of the middle level talent? Is that a problem? Karthi Chidambaram seemed to hint on that in a tweet that he put out. Kapil Sibal talks about the need to ensure that these are all wake-up calls. Shashi Tharoor talks about it. Is there a problem? Is the Congress not recognizing a problem?
See, I will give you a personal example. I can't speak for Karthi Chidambaram for all purposes, and definitely not. For anyone else. But let me tell you. Pawan is a very good friend of mine. I have great respect for Manishankar ji. And the basic problem I feel is that many a times the grievance readdressal system.
We seem to have lost Pradyut at just the wrong time. The grievance redressal system, I think, within the Congress is what he wanted to allude to. And that perhaps is the challenge at the moment. Whether that system can work in a crisis, a grievance redressal system. Can Sachin Pilot be placated is the big question. Rahul Srivastava, a quick final word. Do you believe Mr. Pilot will stay within the tent of the Congress?
See, Rajdeep, one thing if you notice, Sachin has not made a single statement in public against the party. Mr. Gehlot expressed anything joining BJP or anything. He has denied he will be joining BJP. He has denied launching a front personally to me. So what does it mean? That somewhere he was pushing a point that Ashok Gehlot is unacceptable, the present dispensation and the working order in the Rajasthan government is unacceptable to him. He wants something better. Now, with Ashok Gehlot rallying a larger number of MLAs, he has reduced the options or perhaps the bargaining power of a Sachin Pilot. But still, I think Sachin will need a strong, honorable exit out of the situation he is in. And that is why I say somebody of the caliber of Rahul Gandhi or Sonia Gandhi will have to create a working relationship. It cannot be done by Ajay Makans and Rajdeep Surjewalas.
Let's leave it there. Let's leave it there at the moment. Clearly, the situation remains fluid. We've had a very educative discussion in a way on the Congress. We chose not to bring in a BJP person because this is primarily, at least at this stage, an internal conflict within the Congress. We don't know what tomorrow will bring, but in Indian politics, 24 hours is a very long time.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.